Right. Thank you so much, Armstrong. So, good evening, everyone. It's nice to have everyone here. I am going to just get straight to the point. There's no need to waste time at all. Thank you so much, Chef Jory. So you all say you can hear my voice and you can see my screen. So let's just get started. So this is a kind of webinar that if you pay enough attention and you try to put things down, you like everything you're going to learn is going to help you get somewhere when it comes to forex. It's going to take you from point A to point B to point C to point D. It's literally going to help you get better results in your forex trading journey, right? So you don't want this is the kind of webinar that gets to change your life if you get your hands dirty, if you put in the work and you pay attention. So you don't want to all right. So you don't want to be distracted at all. So what are you going to be learning today? You're going to learn how to use the MLB system to spot liquidity in the forex markets, right? So at the end of this webinar, you'll be able to reduce your losses, you increase your win rates, and you will learn how you can earn at least 1.5 monthly as a struggling forex trader with less than $100 starting capital, right? You're going to be able to learn what you are going to do to at least earn $1,005 monthly as a forex trader with less than $100 starting capital, right? So the question you're probably asking is, who am I to make you such promises? Who is this guy? So I've been in the forex market for 4 years now. I've sailed through both the losing phase and break-even phase. So now I'm dwelling in the profitable phase of forex markets, right? So I'm committed to helping struggling traders become consistently profitable in the forex markets. So these are what some of those that have helped in the past are saying. So this is Yenuyo. Yenuyo is a Ghanaian. This was in 2023, as you can see from this screenshot. On your left side, you're going to see a trading results shared to me by Yenuyo. He said, your son is growing. So this was in April 18, 2023. The same day, he asked if I remember this, because I asked him if he has funded his account or something. If he has gotten a funded account, initially he sent me a Profem account, right? He sent me a Profem account, his trading results. So he asked me if I remember this based on our previous chat, and I asked him which Profem is this. He said he did that in just 4 days. He was able to make around $465 from a $5,000 Profem account in just how many days? In 4 days, right? So he said he prays to make me proud by his grace, right? So I told him, of course he can. I told him he shouldn't ignore risk management. So now, this same day, he said the money he was able to make from this prop firm, he was able to use to set up this little what's it called? This little trading room, as you can see from this screenshot here. So I told him it makes sense, and he sent me a long ass voice note here. Anyways, this is another person. This is actually one of my European students. As you can see from this, he said 70 pips. This strategy is amazing, and he said he has made around 617 euro. So you can get to read it yourself. Now this is Golden. This is Art. Golden said, Sapa really do me bad. Sapa, this really do me bad. Imagine knowing the way out, but you have to follow up. So I told him I did not understand. So then he sent me this whole thing. He said, your status keeps me informed and increases the oil in my lamp of Forex. So I said, I'm happy to hear what it is. I'm happy to hear that. This is Art. Art said he doesn't have time to view status every time he's on WhatsApp, but not for mine, right? He said, I always check yours, most especially because of the facts and figure you post. I'm one of those who have lost both in forex and online investment big time, even to a point of lost hope. I spent months, money, and time learning the so-called technical analysis and paying for unconfirmed signals. Right. So at a point, I lost trust because it all brought me down. But the truth is that I haven't given up because I see the financial markets as one of the great means for ordinary people to generate extraordinary income and not only working 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. job for years. So he said since he came across my ad and was directed to my WhatsApp, my status is something that it's worth taking time on, especially for those who are curious about the forex market. So now this is David. David said he's not yet in my training program, but every time he sees my posts, every time he sees me post analysis, is like, wow, this is genius. Now this is also Fatai Karim. He was telling me about some of the things he learned from one of my book, right? Forex Secrets. So he said he learned about 4 factors before entering a trade: bias, location, entry, and exit reason. Yada yada yada. Right? He was another person. This person was one of my clients in the past, but this is actually not quite clear, right? He deposited around $250 and he made around $152 within a week. Now this is Dave. This is Dave. Dave said, Dave was one of my students back then. So I dropped a signal. So he said he didn't take the trick, but he must confess. He said, I must confess, you are good in this industry, even though the market nearly hit stop loss. But it came back massively and hits the TP from behind. What a massive buy of candle projection. This is another person, David Iki. He said, I go through your status at times to understand Forex. I have lost a lot of money, but learning in bits from your status and other is giving me a renewed hope. Now, this was 2023. This was when Tinubu was trending for renewed hope, right? So, now, this isn't about me or my students. It's about you. The essence of you being on this webinar is not because of me. It's not because of my students. It's because of you. It's because of how you can get from one point to the next. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to make lots, like you're going to make hundreds of millions, tens of millions in 2, 3, 4 months. No. But what I'm going to be sharing with you is going to give you consistency. Is going to open your eyes to things that you don't know before, especially when it comes to the forex market. It's going to show you most of the mistakes you make that is causing you lots of losses, and it's going to show you how you can, stop making those mistakes. And the result of that is that your win rate is going to increase and your losses are going to reduce, right? So this is a very shocking fact, right? Pro firms and CFD brokers record that only 5% of retail forex traders succeed. Now, the remaining 95% lose money or don't make any at all. Now, this means out of every 20 forex traders that you see, only 19 of them are successful. I mean, only one out of 20 are successful. Right? The remaining 19 are losers. 1 out of 20 is successful, while the remaining 19 are losers, right? So every 19 out of 20 forex traders lose their added money in the forex market. That is the meaning of what I just said here. Pro firms and CFD brokers record that only 5% of retail forex traders succeed. Right, so that's the meaning of this. Now, why is it that many people fail? Like, why is it that so many people fail in the forex markets and just a handful of them succeed? Why is it that out of 100, 95 lose their money and 5% gets to profits? Right, so this is something I would like to explain to you. It's called the logic of the forex market, right? So, and I'm going to try as much as possible to give you to give you a very simple analogy so you can be able to comprehend this better, right? So let's say you go to the market you want to get, what's it called? Let's say you go to the market, you want to get 5 bags of rice, right? Now, if there is no one to sell you that 5 bags of rice, then business is not going to happen, right? There's not going to be transaction, right? Because there is nobody at the other side of the market who is trying to sell 5 bags of rice to you, the buyer, who is trying to buy 5 bags of rice, right? So now what's happened? This is the same thing that happens in the forex markets. If there is no buyer at the other end of the market, like if you're going to buy, for example, you're going to buy Euro USD, there has to be someone at the other end of the market who is willing to sell to you, right? Because when you buy a pair now, you buy Euro USD and it hits your stop loss, or you manually leave the trade in loss, it means you sold, whether in loss or profit, you sold to the best of that market at that point in time. But initially, you remember that you placed a buy trade, but you are selling. So at the end of the day, it is a buying and selling market, which means there has to be people at the other end of the market that are willing to sell that pair you're trying to buy. Now, this is a very simple logic, right? This is a very simple logic. Now, the thing is that the fact that there have to be buyers at the other end of the market who is trying to buy, and there has to be sellers at the other end of the market who is trying to sell at a specific price point. That simply means that there's going to be losers and there's going to be winners, right? It simply means that there are people who are going to lose. It depends on the end of the market that you find. It depends on the side of the market that you find yourself, right? So if you buy Euro USD now, for example, and it's moved up, right? It goes from, let's say, 1.2 to like 1.5. That means you've made like 300 pips in profit, right? Now, you've made money. What of the people that sold to you? What of the people that sold at that point in time? They've lost money. So there has to be losers for winners to exist. It's as simple as that. And imagine if everybody is seeing the same thing in the forex market. Everybody is seeing buy. Everybody wants to buy. Then there's not going to be sellers. So the idea is that for the market to balance up, there have to be buyers and sellers of every specific price point. Do you understand? Especially the important price points. So there have to be buyers, there have to be sellers. And for that to happen, manipulation has to occur. I don't know if you're getting this point, if you're getting my point. Manipulation has to occur. Manipulation is a very, very important thing that has to occur in the forex market. And this is why when you buy when you place a trade, you put your stop loss below those obvious zone. What happens is price takes you out, it hits your stop loss, takes you out, and what? Go into your direction. Now, it is not that you don't get the direction right. Of course, you were correct with it. You were right with the direction. But the problem was that your stop loss at that point was the liquidity for market to move into the direction that you anticipated. So your stop loss was put in an obvious zone. And who are the people that all right, before we get into who are like the people that manipulate and all that, everything I've been trying to say so far simply means for forex market to survive, for business to happen, for transactions to happen in the forex market, right? Liquidity has to be taken. So the forex market survive and thrive on liquidity. It is a very, very important thing that has to happen, right? So who are the people that engineer liquidity? Who are the people that manipulate price to look like sell? I mean, that manipulates price to hit your stop loss and go into your direction. Who are the people that do this thing? This is where you have to understand like the market players, the people that plays in the forex market, like the big players, because we are retail traders. we don't have the money to move the market. The people that have the money to move the market are the big players, right? The huge bank, as you can see right on your screen, the Barclays Capital, the Royal Bank of Scotland, the JP Morgans, the Credit Suisse, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. All these people, these are the people that like engineer liquidity in the forex market. They manipulate price that when you buy, it eats your stop loss. And when it eats your stop loss, it induces sellers. So they can also like sell. And by doing all of this, right, the people that are on the other side of, let's say the people that are trying to buy, now they became seller. Also the people that saw that, oh, it has broken low, it has broken it has broken a support zone. Those breakout traders, especially, they are looking at selling as well. So we now have much more sellers that are going to sell to the buyers. So business can happen. This is what the forex market thrives on. And the people that get to do this, that gets to make this happen, are what? The big players of the forex market. So how did they engineer liquidity? How did they engineer liquidity, guys? Asian highs and Asian lows are filled with stop losses, right? So those zones here, they take out those obvious zones, stop losses. That is lying at Asian highs and lows, highs of the days, lows of the days, double tops or double bottom, support and resistance, demand and supply, trend line, etc. Those zones, those areas are usually where retail traders put their stop losses. And these are like the zones that they take out before, the markets move aggressively to the original direction. I'm going to show you some examples right now. So like I'm going to show you practical examples of liquidity hunts. Now, as you can see on your screen, this is a retail resistance. We have first touch, we have second touch, and we have, at this point, what are you looking to do? We are looking to sell, right? Good. But what happens? You are looking to sell, right? Because obviously it's the retail concept says that after first and second touch of a particular zone, it becomes either a resistance or a support. So in this case, this is a resistance, and also we have like first touch, second touch, right? This is also like a retail support zone. And as you can see, when the price gets into the zone, what happens? It gave some reactions. These reactions, some people would have gotten in, right? People that trade support and resistance, they've gotten in at this point. They've gotten in, especially when they start seeing this reaction that, oh, it looks as if this zone is going to be respected. So they've gotten in. And where are their stop losses? Right below here, right below the support zone. But what happens after the whole reaction? Boom, look at these big candles. Forex market is a very expensive market. There is no mistakes in the market. So if you're seeing any move occurring, it is as a result, there is an intention. Every move that happens in the forex market are intentional, right? They are intentional moves. So boom, look at this big candle. Takes those stop losses. So many people have lost their money in this aspect. Now, breakout traders, what happens here? They induced sellers. After taking out early buyers, what do? They induced sellers, right? Look at, they'll be like retail, support turns to resistance, and retail concept trader, they've seen this as a breakout, especially with this big bearish candle. They are looking at selling, like, boom, let's sell. And where are their stop losses? Above this, because this support turns to resistance, obviously. So when they what's it called? They get in on this trade, they have like a little bit of profit, and what happens? Boom, takes out their stop losses, right? Look at this resistance as well. Look at the reaction. At this point now, retail traders are looking to also sell because of this reaction. at this resistance zone, and their stop losses is what? Above here. What happened? Boom. They've taken out buyer stop losses here, early buyer stop losses here. They've taken out induced seller stop losses here. They've also taken out short time sellers because at the resistance, retailers are looking to sell. They've taken out these stop losses here. That's like 3 stop losses. What happens? They said that every resistance turns into what? Support after it is broken. Boom. Look at this reaction. At this point now, you are looking break and retest traders are looking to what? Are looking to buy. So once they place the buy button or they press the buy button, they are on a little bit of profit. What happens? Look at this big bearish candle. Boom, boom. Takes out their stop losses as well. These are like first stop loss 1, stop loss 2, stop loss 3, stop loss 5. Before the price goes into the original directions, guys. Original direction. I don't know if you are seeing this, guys. But this thing happens every day in the forex market. Right? So now let me show you another thing. This is SMC. I want to show you because it's not just only support and resistance traders that get taken out. Everybody gets taken out. Every concept gets taken out. Trend line, Asian highs, Asian lows, people that trade Asian highs and low, people that trade SMC. This is SMC. Look at it. This is a BOS. This is a break of structure, right? This is a break of structure at this point. You are looking at this demand zone to buy from it, right? That's what we are taught with on SMC. But what happened? Look at this reaction. This reaction is already giving like, oh, it looks as if this demand zone is going to be respected. Look at what happened. This big bearish boom takes out demand zone stop losses. Takes it out and heads to the original direction, guys. Now, after this demand zone gets violated, what happens? They induced sellers. Like, oh, now this is going to turn to a supply zone because now it is the BOS. People are like regular SMC traders are looking to sell because now we have like a break of structure. Because this previous low was broken. Now there's like a shift, like they will say it's a change of character, a shift of structure, whatever you decide to call it, whatever English you decide to use. But you can see what happens here. This turns into a supply zone. And what happens? It respected it a little bit. And what? Boom. The stop losses here are also taken out. I've shown you support and resistance trader stop losses taken out. I've also shown you SMC stop losses taken out. So it is everybody. Like you can see what is happening. You can see how liquidity is being grabbed. And this is what I told you. The market survives and thrives on liquidity. Without liquidity, the market cannot function. There has to be someone who is willing to buy what I'm trying to sell. It's as simple as that. That's the forex market logic. Right? So how do you avoid being stomp halted all the time? By using the MLB system. What is the MLB system? Right? An MLB system is a system that allows you to monitor the footprints of the big players of the forex market so that you can move like the boss. Because if you are following the footprints of the big players of the forex market, the big players are the boss. We can still call them the boss, right? It means you are also moving like the boss because you are following their footprints. MLB, move like a boss, right? So it's as simple as that. So you have to use the MLB system to sail through the stop loss hunt crisis. To successfully do this, all you have to do is add liquidity to your trading strategy. It is not enough to understand break of structure. Structure is very important. But trading structure in isolation is going to run you into so many losses. Which is why you take 10 trades. Out of 10 trades, 8 of them stop loss down. 2 of them, probably some profits. So at the end of your 100th trade, you would have figured out that, oh, this is not really working for you. It is because of liquidity. It is because you're not like infusing liquidity into what you're doing, into your forex trading strategy. So once you do this, you're able to like infuse liquidity. You're able to understand how liquidity works. You're able to like, you wait till liquidity gets taken out, and what happens? You join the real move. What happens is that it reduces your losses. That's number one. Secondly, because your losses are reduced, it increases your win rate. Maybe your win rate was initially 30% or 40% or 50%. It's your win rate can easily skyrocket to 70% to 80% just because you've added liquidity to you've infused liquidity to your strategy. So I want to show you a few out of many results that understanding liquidity has brought us, guys. I want to show you. So this is a GBP USD trade, as you can see here. I think it's around, when we took this trade, I think it was around 1:7 or 1:8. You can see on your screen. This was the before. You can see what happens after. Boom. You can see these candles, like it was just going into our direction after our sell limit gets triggered. Same thing with this one as well, right? This is Euro USD. See what happens. Boom. This was like the before, and this is the after. It triggers the buy entry. It didn't trigger the first entry here, so it triggers the second entry. Boom. Look at these big candles. It was just going right into our direction, guys. That is how, like, you're not going to be waiting for anything. Like, you just go. You know you are right when you are in the right move. You will know. So this is also someone. So this person, this is also like someone that also, I think this is one of our clients. Yeah, this is also one of our clients. The person deposited around $250 here, and I think within 3 days he had already made like $52. Same thing with this person, right? This person made like $73 within. This was last year. This was last year. Within 4 days, he said it was only 4 days that was traded because of the festive period. Obviously, during festive period, you don't trade every time, obviously, right? So liquidity is a big subject. You will need more than, this is what I have to tell you guys. Liquidity is a very big subject. It is not just something that we can just teach on a webinar. No. It needs time. It needs a lot of education for us to like break it down bit by bit so you can understand this perfectly. So you will need more than we are going to need more than webinar to teach it. But by the end of this webinar, I will show you how you can get a well-detailed course on liquidity and SMC strategy with a 75% winning accuracy. So to an extent, we've dealt with one of the major reasons why retail traders fail in the forex markets, right? Which is liquidity grab. But on the flip side, guys, there is a psychological challenge retail traders face that is usually not addressed, right? Aside from, liquidity is a very big subject, as I've said. But aside from liquidity, aside from your stop losses get taken out every time, there is a psychological challenge retail traders face that is usually not addressed. So one of the respected forex traders in the industry, his name is Waka Azim. He posted about this challenge. He said, trading is literally a game of capital. The reason why we want a crazy IRR and win rate is because of lack of capital. I mean, he said, I'm sure if you add $50 million, you'll be okay with 5% a year. So the blueprint is get a few key profitable setup and get as much capital as possible. 2 to 3% per month is all you need. You don't need to be aiming for 100%. That's crazy. No, you don't need that. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. I want you to see something. Think about this, guys. Let's say you have like a $100,000 account size and you're making 5 to 10% net profit monthly. 5 to 10% is quite decent, right? So, and that's like 5 to 10% of $100,000, I mean, is $5,000 to $10,000 monthly. Now, but on a $1,000 account size, on a $1,000 small account size, if you're to make $5,000 to $10,000 monthly, that means you're going to be aiming for 500% to 1,000% net profit monthly. Please tell me, I want to know who is doing this consistently every single month in the forex market, I don't think there's anyone doing it, except you want to fool yourself, except you like to be liked to. No, it is not realistic. You might be able to do it maybe like 1 month if you are lucky, but the next month you see that the forex market has changed. The whole dynamics have changed, right? So to make around, like, let's say to make around 1,000 to like $1,005 monthly, all you need is this: get a Profem account of $10,000. And I will by the end of towards the end of this, what's it called, of this webinar, you will learn how to take advantage of an offer that would enable you to get a Profem account of $10,000 with as little as $44, right? So a strategy, you need a Profem account of $10,000, a strategy with at least 50% win rate. I'm not saying 60%, I'm not saying 70%, I'm even saying 50%. A 1:3 RR minimum per trade is all you need. Then 40 minimum monthly trade frequency, which means in a month, you are taking at least 14 trades that either goes to profit or either goes to loss, right? And you are risking 1% per trade. Now, this is going to be the calculation. You remember it is 50% win rate. So that means out of 14 trade, we are going to lose 7. We are going to win 7. So 7, and we are risking what? 1%. 1% of $10,000 is 100, right? So 7 times 100, our loss is going to be $700 loss in a month. Now, what is going to be our win? 7, remember. And our risk to reward is what? 1:3. If you don't know what risk to reward is, it's as simple as this: what you are risking and what you are getting back in return. So if I'm risking $100, for example, and I'm getting back $500 in return, that means my risk to reward is simply 1:5, because I'm getting back 5 times of what I'm risking on a trade. So in this case, our risk to reward is going to be 1:3, which means if we are putting $100 on a trade, we are getting back 3 times of $100 in return per each trade we take. So this, which means 7 times 300 is going to give us $2,100. So if you do the calculation, $700 loss, then $2,100 profit, you do the calculation, you do your subtraction, we are going to end up with a monthly net profit of $1,400 per month. And this is not, you don't need anything fancy. This is just you having a decent capital, having a simple strategy that gives you simple win rates, which is 50%, gives you simple RR, which is 1:3. You're not even aiming for 1:5. You're not even aiming for 1:10. You're not even aiming for 1:20. All those, huge RR. So this is why I'm going to be introducing you to the offer of the year, guys. The MLB leverage offer. What is the MLB leverage offer about? Now, this is an offer that helps you learn the ways of the big players in the forex market, right? This is an offer. I'm going to repeat myself so you can perfectly understand what I'm trying to say here. This is an offer that helps you learn the ways of the big players in the forex market, while you are also pocketing anywhere around $1,000 to $1,005 monthly with less than $100 starting capital, leveraging reputable prop firms and our wealth of knowledge and experience in the forex market. What does this mean? This offer is going to help you learn how the big players move in the forex market. And it's also going to help you learn how to infuse that knowledge into your strategy so you can be able to, trade in line with the big players. And at the same time, you're also going to be able to leverage reputable prop firms, right? Reputable prop firms, and also leverage our wealth of forex trading knowledge and experience, right? So we just like $100 starting capital, you'll be able to earn around $1,000 to $1,005. So what is this MLB MLB leverage offer all about? Now, the first thing you're going to be getting access to on this offer is the prop firm account management, which is $50, right? The original cost is actually $100. That is $100 per month. That is the amount we charged on a regular basis, right? But you're going to be able to get access to this for what? $50. So instead of trying to grow $100, $200, or $500 to $1,500 in a month, which is a very big goal to achieve in a month on a small account, and you are most likely not going to achieve that. I can tell you for free. You're most likely not going to achieve that because your chance of achieving that is very slim. You can easily buy a profit account of $10,000 and do around just 10 to 15%, which is decent. You're not looking for 20%. You're not looking for 30%. You're not even looking for 100%. You're looking for 10 to 15%, which is around $1,000 to $1,500 monthly. It is very easy to do. You won't be doing this by yourself alone, obviously. We are going to be managing the prop firm along with you. We are taking this trade. We are also taking it. We are giving you the stop losses to use. We are giving you the risk to, like, the amount of, this is the lot size you're supposed to use. This is the amount of pips, right? We would have even taught you how to calculate the exact loss size you're going to use. So that when you are seeing 20 pips, you know that, oh, you know how to quickly calculate 20 pips. And under 2 minutes, you've taken a trade. Boom. So as we are profiting, we are profiting. As we are making, we are eating good profits, we are eating good profit. As we are eating little losses, we are also eating little losses. But at the end of the month, you are able to average $1,000 to $1,500 monthly, just with this alone, right? So instead of trying to pass by yourself and end up losing the account, you can leverage our years of trading skills, knowledge, and experience to pass your prop firm account, get funded, and withdraw anywhere around $1,000 to $1,500 monthly from the $10,000 you get for $44. Yeah, I just told you that. I told you that with $44 you can get a $10,000 prop firm, right? So instead of paying $100 monthly for that, with $50 alone, you're going to be able to get access to this offer. So we charge $100 per month for a service like this. But if you happen to be among those that take advantage of the MLBM leverage offer, you get access to this for a one-off fee of $50. And also, you are going to be giving us a profit share of 20% from the withdrawable profits from the prop firm. What do I mean? You get a prop firm account. You take advantage of this offer. You get a prop firm account. We are managing it together. We are giving you everything. We are also like making sure that you are not trading when you're not supposed to be trading. We are also following the rules of the prop firm. So we are doing this whole management thing together. And at the end of the month, when you start withdrawing, we are going to only be taking 20% from that. 20% from the profits that you withdraw, right? So you're also going to be getting access to a free risk management video. The original cost of this is actually $39. Now, you have to understand this. There is no holy grail strategy in the forex market. Even if you understand liquidity to the depth, there are times you still get the direction wrong, or certain circumstances might arise which could lead to potential losses. So you can't loss is inevitable when it comes to the forex market. Regardless of what you know, loss is inevitable. You are going to make loss. It's just like you are doing business. There's no way you are going to be making profits every time. No. There is no business like that. There are times where you will make loss and you have to embrace that loss, which is why risk management is very, very important, right? So there are times you will have losses and you don't even need to win all the time. I've shown you that with a little calculation I did back there. You can lose 50% of the time and win 50% of the time and you still be in profit. That is exactly what the forex market is all about, and that's the beauty of risk management, right? So this is why risk management is very vital if you really want to succeed long time in the forex market. A long time ago, I sold a risk management video for $39. But if you happen to be among the few lucky ones who will be taking advantage of the MLB leverage offer, you'll be getting access to this risk management video for free of charge. So the total worth of this is what? $139, right? $139. But guess what? That is not even all. There is more to go, guys. There is more to go. Let me show you something. So there is what we call a 48 hours fast action taker bonus. What does this mean? In the past, we've worked with a lot of people in the past, and we realized that most of the people that get results are usually people that know what they want. They are fast action takers. They don't really go around they don't go beating around the bush. They know what they want, right? So because they know what they want, and when an offer like this is presented to them, they just take it because it is an opportunity that they know they cannot afford to miss. So, and because of that drive they have, right, they are able to succeed faster. So we always try as much as possible to support them with what we call a fast action taker bonus. So aside from you getting a Profem account management, which is going to cost you $50, right, and also getting a free risk management video from us, which is free, you're also going to be getting yourself a full-blown SMC and liquidity course with 75% winning accuracy for free. Yes, you're going to be getting access to that as well. So you're not just going to be making money, you're also going to be learning, right? You're going to learn liquidity, like full-blown course. You're going to also learn SMC, right? So if you infuse liquidity into SMC, you'll be able to arrive at least 75% winning accuracy. I'm telling you this. So you're going to be getting access to that if you happen to be among, the few people that takes advantage in the next 48 hours that takes advantage of this offer in the next 48 hours, right? So now, a free backtesting tool, you're also going to get in a free backtesting tool with replay toolkit, right? So why do you need a free backtesting tool? It's very simple. I know you must have heard or seen it somewhere, or you must have been told by some of your forex gurus or forex mentor that learn a strategy, lock in for 6 months, go and backtest. After backtesting, demo trade the strategy for 6 months or for 100, just take 100 trade and see if it works or not. So imagine spending 6 months to test a strategy. Imagine spending maybe 4 to 6 months, because there are some strategy that you might not like. The trade frequency is very low. That it might take you long period of time to finalize if a strategy, to get 100 trade before you are able to, to figure it out whether the strategy is going to give you result or not in real time, right? And that's bullshit. Like, look at that amount of time. You would have done a lot of things with 6 months. You would have given a girl pregnant in 6 months. It is like, come on. So what you should do instead is what we call forward testing. Forward testing is just a process of you being on your trading view, for example, and you date the whole thing back to where you want to start forward testing from, and you get your pen and paper. You start treating the whole thing, your strategy, as if you are trading it live. If you make loss, you write it down. That's a loss. If you make profits, you write it down. That's a profit. Depending, based on how your strategy works, right? And within 1 week, or worst case scenario, maybe 2 weeks, depending on your schedule, you are able to figure it out, whether you're able to find out whether this strategy is working or not. Instead of spending 4 to 6 months of your life But the problem with trading view is that it costs around $189 to get on a good package that has this replay toolkit. But if you happen to be among the 48 hours fast action taker, right, you're going to be getting a free backtesting tool for free. Yes. See, I can tell you for free. Most people don't know this. Most people don't have this tool that I'm going to be giving to you. So you're going to be getting it for free. So the total worth of everything is going to cost around $625. So if you take advantage of the MLBM offer within 48 hours from now, you get access to all this for just a one-time fee of $50. Right? So a month back, I made a similar offer, and over 11 people, have taken advantage of this. And we only need just 4 extra people to complete the number of the people we can handle at this month. At this time, we only need 15 people combined together. So the offer is only meant, this offer that I'm making right now is only meant for 4 people alone. Once we get the 4 people we need, the offer will no longer be accessible to anyone. As you can see, look at some of the people that are taking the offer. So from this group, you can see we have this is 12 community members, including me. So we have 11 people already. Once we get the 4 people we want, boom, this offer ceases to exist. And you can see some of the people that have paid that are in this group as well, right? So how do you take advantage of this MLB leverage offer? Step one, send your $50 payments, which is the equivalent of $75K, to the account details below, right? As you can see from on your screen, right? This Access Bank account. Now, step 2, you can copy the account right now. Just either you make the transfer now or you copy it down, right? So step 2, once you're done, send the payment screenshot to the WhatsApp number showing on your screen. Step 3, I will put you through the process of getting a PropFirm account with a reputable firm. So once all this is done, boom, we add you to the group and it starts. And we give you all the bonuses we promised. It's as simple as that. So these are frequently asked questions that I've gathered that people have asked around the MLB leverage offer. So the first one is, what if I don't have time to take and wait for trades every day? What if? We have 2 different type of trade. We have the one that is high probability trades, and that one is around 75% winning accuracy. But the trade frequency is very low. Trade like that, we usually get around maybe 3 to 5 of those trades every month from GBP/USD, Euro/USD, and gold combined. So imagine it is very, very scanty. But trade like this, we get around, if we make when we make profit off trade like this, we get around 6.5% or 5% or 4% in return if you are risking 1%. That's 4 times, 5 times, 6.5 times in return. Right? So, and this trade comes with limit orders. So trade like this, if you're always very, very busy, you can focus on trade like this. It doesn't take you more than 1 minute, max 2 minutes to place trade like this. All you just have to do is put on your notification for the group you joined, a different notification that that, when your phone is ringing like this, that there is a signal or there is an important information in this group. And also we have a trading time that we take this kind of trade. And there are other trades that we don't even have a time. We can take it anytime, right? We can take that one anytime. And that one is around 51% winning accuracy, right? So it is less quality, but it also makes us money. We don't need, but it is of high trade frequency. So those ones we can get 14 trades off them in a month. 14, 15, in fact, sometimes 20. right? So I think I've answered that first question. The second one is, why am I doing this? You might be asking, why am I doing this for you? It is very simple, right? Couple of months ago, I'll show you something now. Couple of months ago, I made an offer, and the offer was copy trading. It was strictly copy trading. You get to fund your accounts. You get to fund your accounts, and you give me the logins, like the MC4 logins, and I trade for you, and we share the profit every single month. I mean, maybe every 2 weeks, something like that. So now this is, let me show you this person deposited, as you can see, 226.17 USD from this screenshot. This was August 21, 2025, right? 11th of September 2025. This is him sending me my 30%. I was getting 30% off the profit that I make for them. So he made $150 and he gave me 30% of that, which was $45. As you can see, he withdrew the $45, then he sent it to he said, I appreciate and believe in honesty and sincerity. So before 1 p.m., the money will hit your GTV account. You can see I messaged him around 1:23 p.m. that it is 1:22 p.m. Oh, guy, you never sent my money now. Then he sent me the screenshot that he has sent it. So, as you can see from his account, you can see the profit here. And this was 11th of September. That's Dudu, as you can see on the screen. This is another person. This is Samuel. He deposited $200 and he was able to make around $360 after removing 30%, right? He even like brought in his sister. He said, I talked to one of my sister about trade and she have interest, but asked me to take care of it. Please, I need to open an account for, if what we do don't work, these things are not going to be happening, right? So this is Yusuf. He deposited $250 on the 9th of September. 11th, look at what he said. Boss, I see you, I see money. Always gives me reason to appreciate God. With your influence, boss, you are blessed. You are blessed indeed, genius guru. All this plenty English for me. Within 3 days of trading with equity of $250, he was able to yield him profit of $132. Right? You can see from the screenshot here. This was when he paid my what's it called? My share. He said total profit is 176, 30%, 52.8, right? So what we do works. So why am I doing this for you? So now to answer this question, I stopped this whole package because I wanted to, not so many people have 200, because the minimum I was in them was like 200, 250. Not so many people have that amount of money. I had to like go below that. I had to like, okay, how can I, get more people who don't have up to that, but they have less than that. They have like, they have around $100 to also like be able to benefit from my trading skills, trading experience, and all that, right? From my offer. That was what bettered this offer. That was what bettered this offer. So that is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I want so many people to be able to to be able to afford this and also take advantage of this, so they are not left out. They are not left out, right? So that's why. So what if I lose my Profem account while we are both managing it? Now, this is a very good question, because I get asked every time I make this offer. What if I lose my Profem account while we are both trading, while we are both managing it? Now, if you follow my instructions carefully, I'm saying this right now, you follow my instructions carefully, there is no way you're going to lose your Profem account. Now, if you lose your Profem account, the guarantee that I'm making for you is that we are going to get you another Profem account. Yes, we are going to get you a new Profem account. If we lose the one you currently have, and you follow our instructions, the only clause is if you don't follow the instructions. So if you lose your Profem and you get to us that, oh, I've lost my Profem, I need another Profem account, we are going to ask you for your trading history. So we are going to examine the whole thing to be sure that, oh, fine, you follow the instructions and everything. So all you have to do is follow simple instructions. So if you can't follow instructions, please do not take this offer. Let me speak Yoruba. Emma, don't take it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, that's the guarantee. So what do I do if I don't have up to $50 right now, but I want to secure the offer and lock in on the opportunity? What do I do? Simple. We take instrumental payment. Brethren, we take instrumental payments. As much as, starting from 30% of 50, like 30% of $50 is $15. So starting from $15, we take instrumental payment. So if you don't have up to $50 right now, you can make a deposit of $15, and you get to secure your spot. In fact, you also get to secure the fast action taker bonus as well. If you are able to take that advantage, if you're able to take advantage of the offer within 48 hours, right from now. As simple as that. There's also something I forgot to include, and that is the Profem I'm going to be recommending. Do they actually pay? Right? Do they actually pay? So let me show you. Do they actually pay? Now this is November 1. This is Mamed Su. That's what his stuff is as at then. Look at what he sent to me. He said, "Hello boss, I have something to show you. This is Maven Profem. $20,000, $20,000, $2014, right? $2014 was paid to him by Maven Profem. Maven Profem is the Profem we use and is the Profem we recommend. They are affordable and at the same time they are reliable. So he said 2 months back, he said he has something for me 2 months back after taking some of your classes back then. So he went to refine the strategy. So he said he went after taking my classes and all that. He said he went to refine his strategy. Then he took the Maven. When he said he went to refine the strategy, it means he went to infuse liquidity into his strategy. So he took the Maven challenge of 10K and passed. This guy made this guy made 20%, 20.14%. Right? He said, "This is my second payment, sir. I owe this result to you." He said, "It is weekend. Let me send your details. Let me send you something." Because you can see when the stuff landed in his email on Binance. So these ones are not my students, but these are like some of the people that also they get paid from Profem. So this Profem, this Maven Profem, they're actually reliable. Even if you don't take my offer, you can on your own, you can go and get you can go on Google, search for them, get their Profem account if you can trade by yourself, and just go. You understand? Simple stuff. Just take advantage of it. So how soon does it take to start earning around $1,000 to $1,005 monthly? How do I put this thing so you can understand? We don't control the market, right? And we cannot 100% tell you that, within 1 month. But we can say that worst case scenario, within 2 months, we should be able to pass both phase 1 and phase 2, and even withdraw some profits at least within 2 months. So if you don't have the patience of 2 months, or if you don't have the patience of 2 months, don't take this offer, please. If you don't have the patience of 2 months, because this is a long time stuff. This is not a get rich quick stuff. If you want a fast money, do not take this offer. In fact, it's going to affect you. This is for people who want something reliable, something slow, something consistent. and yet guaranteed. You understand? This is for them. So that's all for the FAQ. So once again, let me show you. To take advantage of this MLB leverage offer, send your $50 payment, which is the equivalent of $75,000, to the account details below. Step 2. Once you are done, send the payment screenshot to the WhatsApp number showing on your screen. Write it down, or you can just send me a message on WhatsApp. Already you are in my group, so I've dropped message. All you have to do is just click on, on the message I dropped, then you message me directly. Simple. You can do any of that. Then step 3, I'll put you through the process of getting a prop firm with the reputable prop firm, which is like the Maven, right? So you might have another question, which I understand. So this is why I'm going to give everybody the opportunity to ask questions. I'm going to drop my username below, so you can drop your question here. So drop your question here. So after your questions, we are going to call it a day. So I'm going to stop recording from here because I wouldn't want this to be too long.